So I'm going to do my search. Oh, and I've got 2 results back. Well, is that good or bad? It depends. If one of these is exactly what I'm looking for, it's perfect. If not, well, then we probably need to revise. So let's take a look at the first one. The second one, I don't read Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so that's probably not going to be a good choice for me. But let's look at the first one, Latino immigrant labor experience as depicted in film. So here is my abstract that gives me an overview. So this doesn't sound like he actually did a study. He had a hypothesis and he's arguing it. So this is really more of an opinion piece. So let me go back to my terms here and let me take out assimilation. So now I'm going to search, and now I've got 213 results. Again, good or bad, we don't really know until we look. So I'm going to scroll down through these. I want to get this assignment done. I want to move on to the next assignment. So I want something that's a study, and I'm going to use the titles to help guide me. Do we see anything here that sounds like a study? In this first page, I really don't. So I'm going to go to the second page. If you go beyond the second page, either you need to revise your search or you need to come find a librarian to help you, because the further you go from the first page, the less relevant your results are. So here's this one, Social Theory and Human Knowledge, Scientific versus Folk Methods. That sounds interesting. So let's pull up that article. In this paper, I would like to try and sort out the conflict of 2 ways of knowing. Oh dear. First of all, in academic literature, we try to avoid the use of the word I. And anytime an individual says they're going to sort something out for themselves, we know they didn't do any actual research. So we're going to go back to our result list. I'm going to scroll on down some more of this. What I'm probably going to end up doing is coming back up here, and I'm going to make another change. I'm going to look for cultural knowledge because that's kind of what I'm interested in. I want to know what happens to the knowledge the culture has. So I'm going to do my search again. I've got my result list. Oh, let's look at this one, number 5. Teaching and the life history of cultural transmission in Fijian villages. So I've got an abstract, and when I read through it, much existing literature and anthropology suggests that teaching is rare in non-Western societies and that cultural transmission is mostly vertical, parent to offspring. Applications of evolutionary theory to humans and thus more likely to be observed empirically. Okay, I like that word empirical because that implies they did something scientific. So let's look at the article. Now, before I start reading the article, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scan down through it and make sure it has all 5 pieces. So the first thing I've got right is an abstract. Do you see that right there? Scroll on down. When to learn from others. That's not on my list. When to teach. Not on my list. When to learn from parents versus others. Well, that sounds interesting, but it's not on my list. Present study. Well, again, that's nice. Oh, and look right here. Oh my gosh, they have 6 different hypotheses. As part of a long-term study of life in rural Fijian villages, a series of interviews to evaluate specific hypotheses about the roles of teaching and non-vertical transmission. So they've got 6 different things they're trying to prove or disprove here. Here's methods, and you'll notice we collected data, and they're going to tell us what data and how they collected it. Okay, now we've got results. Do you see how just like methods, it's bold, it's a section header, it's set off by itself? This is what I mean when I say labels. So we are looking for these section headers for methods or methodology, results, and discussion. So we're going to go down through here with our results, and you'll notice we have a lot of numbers and statistics. Here's a chart, and that looks very statistical. And another chart, life history and pathways of transmission. More charts. We'll keep going. So we made it through our results, all of those statistics, and now we have this section labeled discussion. That's exactly what we need. So now we go down through here, and this is where, again, they tell us what does it all mean. And then do you see down here we have conclusions? In this case, conclusions means we're wrapping things up, we're getting ready, we're going home. Then finally, we have references, which we'll have in all academic articles. If you have an article without references, it is not academic in nature and probably shouldn't be used for your academic project. If I want to print this article out, do you see how when I move my cursor around, I get this black bar at the top? I want to come over here to this printer icon that will print it out. If I go here to the arrow with the line underneath it, that will download it to my computer. If I come over here to the side to this printer icon, it will print this page out. This page has all of my citation information. So you'll need this before you're done. If you have questions going through trying to find articles, please be sure to contact me. You can email me. You can reach me through the AAC Research Library Lab, or you can contact me on the library chat.